This is Jerry Beck, and we're watching one of the last of the Pink Panther theatricals, Star Pink, which clearly was of its time. This is, I think this was released in 1978, I believe. And of course, Star Wars was the big movie of 1977 and even 1978. It was still playing in theaters a year later. Art Davis and John Dunn, I mean, two great names that have been in part of the Pink Panther series from way back now. And this was, as you may know, as some of you may know, these later ones were actually more designed for television, but yet they were released theatrically. Some of these were shown on TV first on Saturday morning, and later, a year later, released to theaters. This one, of course, has more of a theatrical feel. I really like this cartoon. It's got really, really good artwork. It's got some imaginative design. These spaceships. The layouts are good. They're not cluttered, as a lot of these later ones tend to be. The Panther, of course, even though these were done at lower budgets, the Panther is hand-inked. The parts that are, the red ink line around his pink fur. I mean, back in those days, the 1970s in particular, in the early 80s, cartoons were at their cheapest. And mistakes could be left in. Artwork and animation could be farmed out to another country. This was done in the good old USA, and again, in order to keep them cheaper, they would, reuse the same backgrounds or have a cartoon take place in one location. This film utilizes its one location quite well because it has multiple spaceships. There's a robot. There's an alien. There's a lot more effort. It's only for the one cartoon. It's not stuff that's repeated. These aren't assets that they'll use in later cartoons. So you got to give them some points for that. And like I say, Davis directed this. One of the animators listed was Tiger West, a name that is more familiar to us as the head of xerography for DePatie Freeling and for other companies. He got around. Tiger Xerox West, I think sometimes he was billed as, but here he's an animator. I don't know what scenes he did. Even the musical score in this one, I was listening to this kind of without even watching it, and it works. It's an original score for this film, it seems to me. If it isn't, if it's an editing job, they did a really, really nice job of making it match. So this is one that nobody had to be ashamed of. I find this is very interesting when the Panther hides from this alien, kind of putting up a metal, shield on his spaceship, on his gas station, and it looks kind of like something out of 2001. The alien here takes off his mask, and he's not the little man that we know. He's the little green man, which makes a lot of sense, right? The little green man from outer space. And this time he's kind of the Yosemite Sam from outer space, if you know what I mean. And I think some of you listening to this do. The backgrounds by Richard Thomas, one of the great Warner Brothers background designers, although most of the backgrounds I'm seeing here are hand-drawn and then Xerox onto a cell for the most part, and not done in the old traditional way of paintings, per se. But I like the look. It works for this one because they're supposed to be on an alien world. And again, we have alien creatures and trees that come to life, and a lot of oddball things. I mean, this in other hands, this would have been the beginning of a series of cartoons about the Panther in space. But But for Patty Freeling, it's just a gag for this one off. I wonder if they actually went to any extra expense for this one based on the fact that Star Wars was such a big deal. And maybe they knew this one would be seen more often than some of the others around it. For me, you know, when I was asked which cartoon would you like to draw people's attention to, and doing a audio commentary draws your attention to seeing this cartoon, this is one of the ones I think is worth watching. Here's this little ending gag with kind of the Star Trek transporter sort of thing. And of course, like the movie The Fly, which has a transporter in it where the guy gets mixed up, his cells get combined with a fly. Here the Panther abuses this and shoves a flower in there, turning the little green man into some version of that crazy creature that Daffy Duck became in Duck Amuck. Very funny drawings of these giant space bees. And for some unknown reason, the Panther himself here becomes a giant panther space bee. I'm not sure if he did that on purpose or not, but I think he's happy to be a space bee because he can chase the little green man into the background. This cartoon ends up in a completely different place from the beginning of it. I love it. Star Pink. And that's it for me, Jerry Beck.